We're here in Washington, D.C. with colleagues from the American Heart Association to advocate for passage of the HEART Act. I've been a cardiologist for 4 decades. I've watched many of my patients survive cardiac arrest because they got early CPR. And sadly, I've watched many of my patients not survive because CPR came much too late.
Dominic was 17 years old when he collapsed on the basketball court at school. His heart stopped, and no one knew what to do. No one started CPR right away, and the AED wasn't used until emergency responders arrived. By then, it was too late.
My why is my son Ryan. He has a congenital heart defect.
I experienced my sudden cardiac arrest at age 45.
I was 13. I didn't know CPR at the time.
At 6 years old, she suffered a sudden cardiac arrest at her school in East Boston. Luckily, her teachers and staff at the school were trained in CPR and had an emergency response plan in place and were able to save her life.
My 24-year-old son suffered a cardiac arrest and needed CPR for 90 minutes.
And following that, I was in the hospital for about a month, intubated for about a week, and then I came home that following month in August. It's not just limited to older people, it can happen to anybody.
His life was saved because of CPR, and I've become an advocate to spread the importance of CPR to any and everyone that will listen.
So we're asking the lawmakers to support 2 really important pieces of legislation. One is the Access to AED Act, which is processing in the Senate, and the other is the HEARTS Act, which is before the House of Representatives.
Which supports a comprehensive plan for provision of AEDs in schools, teaching students, staff, and others CPR, and also the establishment of an emergency response plan at every school, because AEDs don't save lives, people do, and the whole response plan around the AED is needed.
What we're asking for is for more people to be trained in CPR so that every family has a better outcome.
To have access to AEDs, awareness on what an AED is.
Us working together as advocates to tell the stories can be that extra energy that's needed to get these bills passed, to help continue to build our nation of lifesavers and save lives.
As a cardiologist, I take care of 1 patient at a time, but being an advocate for the American Heart Association, I have the ability to really touch the hearts of millions of people.